Ooh, I can do it. All right. So, picking up from the situation where we had rescued Jasper and am I forgetting her name? Seraphine's body, and we're on the islands. We decided to take a short rest and then managed to cross the river, which was still flowing and therefore a bit dangerous, using the power of the giant toad and the water elemental and the boat. We managed to, of Aldrin, the only remnant we have is a tuft of hair from his ear. Now we cross to the other side of the broken up ice river. Here, Romak uses his divine sense to find a repugnant evil force coming from Seraphine's body and the bag that she's carrying. So Lachlan investigates the bag. Hezekiah, as the giant toad, was carrying Seraphine, and the bag was near her. And so when Lachlan investigates and unleashes a mini Shafe head, which immediately goes and jabs the toad's shoulder, burying it in there, but it's quickly enough dispatched. Meanwhile, while the bag investigation is going on, Romak evaluates Jasper's condition and finds him to be panicking, thrashing, and not entirely sure where he is, what's going on. Many ideas about how to calm him are discussed, ranging from the fairly overdone. Now, I'm not sure if Keck actually bestowed the curse or we were just talking about it, then we never did that. But then Romak uses Hold Person and then binds Jasper's hands while he's being magically held. Jasper is very obviously unhappy about all of this, but we, while pitying him, feel that it's necessary for his own safety because he can't judge us as friend or foe at this moment, and who knows what he might end up trying to do. Lachlan continues searching the bag. Now he finds a purple glass rod, which is similar to an item found in Warehouse 4 in the Port Archel, I think. Using the notes he had made, he creates a replica, a water ice replica of the previous item, and the rod fits perfectly into the replica. I'm not sure what all of that means, but for now, he will carry the rod on his back because it seems pretty big. We deliberate a lot about how to talk to Seraphine Speak with the Dead, and we decided to push it off till later and prepare to camp for the night. We also, during the searching, we found 62 gold, 14 silver, 3 diamonds, a smoke bomb pellet, 10 rings with brown stones, and there is a symbol on her collar which seemed to be in infernal runes. I might have missed a little bit of that loot. There might have been something before the gold, silver, diamonds, and smoke bomb pellet and rings.
There was a stone in there. Smooth stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, smooth stone, 1 smoke bomb pellet, 62 gold, 14 silver, 3 diamonds, and a series of 10 rings, 1 from each toe of Seraphine. Under her collar is an emblem with an open mouth and sharp teeth, which burns Keck's fingers when he touch it.
Now, the smooth stone, is that like literally just a smooth stone, or does it like seem like something we would know the use of?
You have seen these before. Bodies. It's a stone.
It's a sending stone, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 2 people who don't have a sending stone, or is it 3? It's Lachlan didn't take one, Twin Edge never got one, and Keck never got one, right?
Well, you're thinking about the earrings now. I think.
The earrings.
Oh, yes. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they'll just work as sending stones. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So sending stones
one
normally
other
come in
thing I would say is I did neglect to bring up a few other things which you found on the body as I was getting a bit into the game. You also find on some art supplies consisting of pencils and inks.
Yeah, say that again. Sorry.
Sorry, say that again. It was... Yeah, would you mind typing it out? Sorry to bother you with that.
Yeah. Get.
Oh.
There. Also, there is a simple deep red skin book as well.
skin book, you say, like book bound in skin.
Moleskin, so like that nice, nice textury stuff.
Okay. Right. I assume Lachlan would take things like the book and art supplies.
Well, it's me at the
He
minute.
does his own tattooing and all.
Yeah, I'm not there, so it's like, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah. I figured since you do your own tattooing, have the art supplies, but okay.
Not
So
really, I just found this thing.
yeah. Okay. So we are setting up for the night. Let's set up the watches. I can take the first and the last watch. Would two people want to take the middle and someone else with the other two with me?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do my scrying before bed, so I don't mind doing the first watch.
one. Yeah.
I'll jump in and do second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Hezekiah, I think, at this point, for a watch.
So Ramak on third. We need one more person. If Keck could also do the second watch, then we have two people on each one. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so as you prepare yourselves for a rest, it is still slightly early, but the night is going to be coming very soon, so you can rest through that, no problem. But if you want to just roll through a deception check for the first watch. 23. Beautiful.
So perception.
So, yeah.
Actually, I'd probably be quite distracted, to be honest, so I'll do disadvantage just because there's lots.
Oh, Ramak, I thought you were signing up for the morning one with me.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry, I said I was going to take a watch with yourself. I thought that was...
Yeah. Yeah, see, because I only need 4 hours, right? So I can do two of them. So it's Lachlan and me first, then Keck and Twin Edge, and then you and me.
Humble apologies. I'll go back to bed.
And your 6 goes well with what you were just saying as well. The time passes, and it's surprisingly peaceful now. You hear the gentle creaking, cracking of the ice reforming and moving and slowing. Other than that, don't really notice anything.
I was hoping to make a little conversation with Lachlan.
Oh, hang on, let me do my scrying first.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, we'll do the conversation first. We'll just pretend that it's after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
just while it's in your head.
Yeah. Lachlan, you have a far more analytical mind, I think, than I do in terms of piecing together the consequences of some of the things we have seen. You made many good points about what she might think after she's brought up and her reaction to Vanet. Do you... Perhaps you would have more to tell me after I let you do your work, but I do want to know what you think might be the connection between Zanet and any other members out there of the... God, I forgot the name of it. The Shadowy Hand, the something, Zanet's organization. And the two we have dealt with today. Others who might be out there. Others who might be looking for her. But let me not trouble you now.
Well, we saw some, didn't we? Back at the house. There were 4, I want to say.
When you say the house, are you talking about...
When we went to... this is out of character. When we went to... save... little...
Okay, are you talking about the house which was in...
Not the
Ostarn?
Augustine house. The one where we saved little...
Oh, yes. You're talking about the Vampire City house.
I don't know, I'm going to call it Yestola, but I know it's not.
I guess we saved a lot of people. They all kind of blur together at some point.
No,
but,
not the vampire one where Romok went bad. Because we woke up in the basement and there were 4 of
Oh
them, right?
yes,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. That one. Right. The horrible puzzle that humiliates us to this day. Yes.
The potion puzzle, yes.
Yes. Yes. I have attempted to blot that from my memory out of pride and shame.
Was it
Yes.
Shimomo we rescued?
That's it.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes,
So-
but those individuals appear to be. What we saw, I mean, could it be their actual bodies that are being controlled after they have been killed, or simply that some aspect of them has been taken to craft something, whether it be clay or something else, into their appearance? I don't think it's
What
them.
do you mean? I just mean, like, you've asked me how many there are. There's 4 of them, right? Maybe a leader who wasn't there. Do we have that image? I know in, like, the flashback videos
Ooh.
you used.
Oh, when you saw them in the cells.
Yeah.
That's reached back. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. I may have it. I may not have it.
Might just have to go
Keep
find the
talking while I
video.
look.
Well, I mean, we know sort of what they're working towards, and the more we learn, the more we'll find out about them
Yes.
and find out what their goal is and how to stop them ultimately. Or
Yes,
Yeah.
really, I was just eager to find some answers. My mind is not working to give me any right now, and I was just hoping we
it's
would be able
extremely
to
cold,
surmise something.
so fully understandable.
Yes, but let me not disturb you. You're doing important work.
I mean, I've done my work. I'm just resting, thinking.
That's the important work I was talking about. Putting together the answer to the question, which I have been. Anyway, that's good. That's good for me.
I don't seem to have that picture anymore.
Do you have the video? I mean,
I think the video I had to
Let me see.
override the face to put it up
yo.
there. No, sorry.
All right. If that's all for this watch, I guess. Then Hezekiah will rouse the cat and the turtle and go to
Well,
his trance.
yes, and then I will go back in time and scry.
Why not do it in the normal order? That way, the conversation could have been more.
No, because I might have more to add before you go to sleep, depending on what I see. So yeah, I will scry on good friend Zanet.
You're scrying on Xanath.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Zanet?
Yeah.
Zanet's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, pretty dead. I think after.
I
what we did
mean,
to him.
you can try, but Zanet's pretty.
Why? No, I mentioned this last time when I was saying I'd be Zanet. I was like, surely we need to know where he is.
I missed that last
So
Wait, can someone
here's-
remind me when we killed him then? It was.
time. Bear with me.
Oh, dear.
Zanet was brutally murdered approximately in session 23, was it? Ah, Council of the Dark Passenger. That's those guys.
Yes. So it appears the party killed Zanet during a violent confrontation at the Shaker Tavern in Oscarn, specifically noted to have occurred in session 62, which took place on. That's not right. Oh no,
The 20th of July. Yeah, 20th of July last year.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. So I saw July and I went. It wasn't that recent. Last year.
Wait, you killed Xanath last year?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
According to my notes, it says July 7th, but that may not be accurate.
That feels like that was just recently.
Doesn't it though?
Okay, hold on. July 7th is what you got, right? What do I have on?
Wait, so it was in Oscar, right?
Yes.
That's when
So-
we were
so
in the
The July
tavern and
7th.
became, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
the
wait.
July 7th one is when we woke up to the shriek, and like that's when the people were in our beds attacking us, right? But we killed
Yeah.
Zenith the next day, which was the
Yes.
20th of July.
You're right. Yes, we started the attack on him in session 62, but I think he actually died in the one after.
Yeah, we
The con-
chased him down the street, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so
The
my
confrontation started in session 62, but his death was actually in 63.
Yep. See how good it is when like two people take good notes? This
I
mine's
know.
just names and locations. But I haven't mentioned that he's dead. So, in actual game time, how long has that been? Because I'm assuming that they have some sort of like check-in system where
it's been not more than a few weeks. I don't have a good time frame of like how much time we've spent since we got to the
that's not
Whisper
quite a
Caps.
while though.
Yeah, but like the Whisper Caps. I mean, I can't imagine it's been more than a few weeks, right? I remember when we started, Woody, you said that it's still basically summer. When we kind of started, I think, the campaign in the beginning of summer, and it's now, or at least when we got to the Whisper Caps, it was kind of the end of summer, which is why I was thinking, if we're this far north, then daylight is probably like 16 to 18 hours of the day, kind of.
Yeah, I'd say you're pretty accurate saying it's been a few weeks. There's a lot of travel between. And you went back
So,
and forth. So it's about 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say, at this point.
I mean, there's nothing to say that he couldn't have been revived, I guess.
It could have been, yeah, as an absolute shot in the dark, it's not that bad. But okay, here's an idea, right? It was only in this fight that we learned that this Council of the Dark Passenger people, that they can utilize Shimomo and all those other tower people, right? Like, so what's up with that? What's going on with those guys? And now you remember, who's that woman who is like some kind of police person or something that like you talk to her and she says turn yourselves in every time, right? Now I'm not saying talk to her. I'm explicitly saying don't talk to her. But how about you check in on some of the people at like Jura, Hotus, Shimomo, some of those people at the. It was the Incantum Tower, right? That's the one in Sarabataru?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, are they okay? What's up with what we just saw? That would be something to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I will scry. Yeah, I'll just scry on one of them then. I'll scry on. Actually, they might have some sort of barrier or something.
That's a
I'm
good
gonna
point.
scry on Commander Green.
Yeah, he was
Commander
like a soldier who was doing a watch in Sarabataru. Is that right, Commander Green?
I want to see maybe if he's moved or they've mobilized. In
But
the
am I
end,
thinking of the right guy who you're talking about? Commander Green is like when we were doing that child entrapment thing with Jasper and the spinny cap, right? He was
Yeah,
one of the guys we talked to. Yeah, okay.
yeah, I'll scry on him.
Okay. Right, let me just remember how scoring works a little bit.
Yeah, they make a
I was going to
check,
say, remember
and there's
who
a
Commander
plus
Green is.
of minus. Yeah, depending on how well I know them. So I've met them, so I think it's just a straight roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't have any body bits or anything of them, so yeah.
Okay. So straight roll then.
Yep.
Roll through for your score. Six. No, that's your thingy one.
I
Oh, is
think
it
it's
my role or your role?
Is your role. So they're
Oh,
doing like
okay.
a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
wisdom save.
Yeah.
Apologies. Okay, hang on. You only rolled a 7. So,
Okay. So yeah, it works then.
okay.
It's quite late though, isn't it? So he's probably in bed. Maybe not much to learn, but oh well. I'd have done this, before the conversation. So late night, but
So
not.
you start. It's not that late as yet. It's
Yeah.
getting towards. This is the first session. So you prepare yourself. You get yourself ready, and you start to concentrate on Commander Green, and you immediately feel yourself rushing forwards across the landscape, tearing down across the mountains, down through the plains of Dragon's Bane and over the Grey Mountains before finally you find yourself looking down at the city of Sarabatari. You find yourself in a room, and the first thing you do see is Commander Green. He is stood there. He's looking a little bit grizzled. Um, he's wearing his green uniform trimmed with a little bit of gold, and his face is half covered in shadows, just cast by the light just coming in through the windows. And you can see he's actually got like a half-healed scar, which is running down his brow a little bit. He looks a little bit weather-worn. He's not alone. There are 4 other figures standing around him. From what you can tell, it looks like there's a younger officer there. Seems to be staggering a little bit and shuffling parchments around. Looks like there's a robed individual as well. So they're wearing a few sigils across their top. There's a masked individual standing just slightly back, not saying anything, not moving. And there also seems to be another one who's sat down in a chair. And they're all basically around this individual sat in the chair. They look like they are have their arm in a sling, a little bit of blood spattered across their outfit.
Hmm.
You just watch as Commander Green just looks back and forward between everyone, shakes his head, and slams his fist down into the table. You see the mugs rattling, candle holders just start to tip over slightly. And you read, you see them. It says, "We've already lost Watchtower 6. We don't move now. Who knows what's going to go next? The attack we heard earlier, none of us expected. What I need to know is what's being done now to sort this out so this does not happen again. We need tighter security. We need more men on the walls. Keep your eyes out. They cannot get that close again." What about the turmoil and chaos from within the town? And the robed individual steps forward. It seems it was minor, sir. Mainly rats and birds. No real casualties. He turns back. I just don't understand how this could happen. We need better warnings in future. Let's put forward plans to create some more watchtowers further afield. And your vision starts to fade.
Can I
Is the-
do one thing?
Hmm?
Just like focus on one thing. I want to try and like I'm not medical, but looking at his scar, does it look inflicted by, like, say, a claw or more of a man-made thing like a blade or something?
Roll a medicine check.
Oh, it's not bad. We take those.
It doesn't look clean like a blade. So it looks a little bit jagged. So you
I was
could
wondering
think it might be a claw, something more natural.
I was wondering if Lachlan was able to see the robed individual who didn't have a mask. I wonder if they looked at all familiar, and the mask on the person, if the mask looked like a mask we've seen before.
It is mostly a cloth. It's not a proper like face mask like the ones that you might be with Twin. It's basically across the nose and mouth, exposing just a fabric. You don't recognise the look of them, to be honest. Most of the individuals you saw in Cerebutaro, the guards, the majority of them were the Magic Guard.
Sorry, they were the what?
The Madrigard, the
Little robots.
Oh,
little robot sentinels. This is a halfling. They're actually all halfling. But yeah, that's all you can recognise. That's all you can see of it.
Right. Lachlan has absorbed the information and is doing a strategic guess. And with our conversation, Hezekiah, I'll speak up. I'll say, something's going on at Cerebutaro. I don't know, but it seems under attack of some sort.
the birds and rats. That's an interesting.
I haven't told you that. Hang on a minute.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
There was mention of animals, and you know, they were wounded in scars, but not of man-made, and
Hmm.
they
Now,
mentioned these birds and rats, and yeah, I have a theory, right? But I don't think you're going to be happy to hear it. You're the warden of the forest, right? That's your job.
Not in any real official kind of position. I was Zebulon and I were something more like almsgivers, and we did address more pressing issues, but never in a legal social framework.
No, I don't mean like, you've been knighted for your work, but I mean in like a ecological sense. You kept the balance of the woods.
It was
and
our
kept,
duty. Yeah.
kept the woods and its creatures safe and normal.
Yes, very much. My immediate thinking was that if I have ever seen living in the Boya forest and also going to Sarubataru and all that, anything like the birds and the rats acting like this, does it ring a bell of any nature? Speaking of which, do you want a nature check?
You can certainly roll that, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, 24.
Okay. You have pretty much perfect memory and knowledge of all the animal activity and everything that was happening in that area, and you can't recall anything unusual like that. Nothing odd, rats, birds, other animals.
Now, to infer, though, what might cause something like this, I mean, I'm kind of using a little bit of modern knowledge here, but, for underground animals, right? Like things like they can sometimes tell an earthquake is coming before, like, a us above ground animals can, or if like large numbers of predators are coming, like social animals like birds and various rodents, right? They will, even before a group that gets attacked, it will know from the other one somehow that something is coming, right? Like, would I make any inference kind of from this?
With your excellent nature check, yeah, absolutely. If animals, birds, and rats are doing something, they normally have an insight that something is on the way or coming. You don't really know the details of what's happened here. All you
Right.
know is there's sort of chaos in the
Yeah.
town. So you don't know. Unfortunately, there's not enough detail there for you to really pinpoint what could be the cause or anything.
Right. No, the thing you said about Watchtower 6, is that like, did we ever know any of the watchtowers by number? Like, they're not just like the towers on the city walls, right? They're like outside Sarubataru in some direction or another.
In your time in Saboteur, you never came across the names of the watchtowers.
Okay.
That was not anything you picked up at the time.
Okay. What about my like 50 odd years living in the Boya Forest?
From your memory, yes, there are around the walls. There's sort of areas where there's these small sort of almost. I mean, the walls are already quite tall, but there's these small parts of the wall slightly higher and elevated, and they do spread out around the wall. They could possibly be referred to as watchtowers.
Mm-hmm. So if
No,
one of those has fallen, I mean, that's right on the city's walls, actually, not like out in the countryside. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit concerned that we've taken you out of the forest and now the forest has gone crazy a bit. Is that a concern to you? Like,
It is generally rather concerning that anything of this nature is happening at Sarubataru.
Now-
That the birds and the beasts react to ominous portents is well known. It is not their actions themselves which are concerning to me, but what they know of and what might be. Given what they know of, and given that only the birds and the rats are what is immediately of notice to the guards in the city, and the fact that a watchtower has fallen, there is something worse coming, it would seem. That's
yeah,
just what's concerning.
maybe there's something driving them out the forest, or maybe something's controlling them or something. But either way,
There is, at worst, this is my worst premonition. There is a force, not a single creature, but a force of many. Who knows what? Could it simply be men and beasts? Could it be aberrations, fiends, and such, that is amassing near Sarubataru? That is a worst case interpretation of what we have heard, but it does trouble me deeply.
well, look, this might be a stupid idea, but I don't know. Maybe I can talk to the person I've been speaking to, whose name is.
This is not a stupid idea. It is absolutely a topic for conversation tomorrow when we have all risen.
Well, this is why I'm saying it between me and you, because you might not even think it's a good idea, in which case there's no point talking to him. But if we can talk to her about it, maybe, we can earn some good favour back by helping the town, causing this issue. Or at least, I don't know, we put you under house arrest or something, but your job is to look after the forest for a little bit. And
yes, perhaps Lyriel Crustfell will be more amenable given the problems that have emerged. We have to understand that our names will not be cleared by this one or two actions here or there. But if Sarubataru is in such trouble, and if it would be helpful for us to return, we must at least broach the topic.
yeah, I mean, we can talk to the rest in the morning, but I mean, that's just a guess. But obviously something's going on, and me and you have a lot of connection to that town. Jasper, when he's right of mind, does as well.
Indeed.
I mean, you know, it's quite far away, but
Indeed.
maybe we can pull some favours or something.
Very much so. At the very least, tomorrow we will have to reconnect to civilization at the big dwarf city whose name I've also forgotten. And
Dogus?
yeah, Herdogas, yes. And we will have to cross the treacherous distance. Will have to address Jasper's condition to assess it. And we will have to decide whether or not we will be heading back south. But this is much to consider. I must meditate on this now.
Yeah, I better get some rest. Good night. Well, good
Yes.
good meditation.
Good
Right.
night is very much the appropriate thing to say here.
Okay, right. Well, look, I'm as concerned as you are about the forest, even though I think it's a bit, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Yes. Come to an edge and Keck. It is time for you to hold watch.
Oh, I don't think anyone's got much sleep if you're nattering, but yeah.
So, if you want to just roll your perception check and for your watch.
I see all.
As you're sitting there, it is now starting to get dark, certainly. Although not as dark as it could do. Everything is obviously still covered in white, and the moonlight bouncing off it. It's still quite light around, so you can still see a lot further than you normally would. That being said, you're in quite a quiet valley. There's not a great deal going on. What you do see is at one point a small flock of large, you assume would be owls, dire owls that you've encountered before. Just get high up in the sky above you, just passing over. They're not circling or anything, they're just in a direction. Nothing else.
Probably cower a little bit, and I think Keck will probably be just looking through that moleskin book he's found. If anything of note in that.
In the book, then. So, inside the book, it's bound in this soft, dark red moleskin. It's like a medium-sized sketchbook, basically. It's a little bit worn at the edges. Some of the pages slightly curled. There's no title on the spine or anything like that. When you open the book, you can see that it must have been quite a cherished book. As soon as you open it as well, there's like sort of faint perfume of sort of dried ink, charcoal, sort of drifts up. Inside, you are actually taken aback. Pages are just loaded with extraordinary brute beauty. Although it's only sort of half, 3/4 filled, every sheet is apparently a testament to Seraphine's brilliant eye. You see images, illustrations drawn throughout, flowing gowns of women swirling across the pages like dancers. You can see intricately drawn faces of strangers. Now, it looks almost like they were caught in sort of a moment. So, for instance, you see a vendor leaning on his cart. There's a girl skipping with ribbons in her hair, soldier staring into the distance. And then all of these pictures, these renderings, heartbreaking clarity and emotion. You see puppets and statue designs. So there's images of things which she wants to create, things created. Alongside all these, every now and again, you see these little flourishes of wildflowers, trailing, curling, flowing lines, swirling around, and budding in flowers at the ends. You just flicking through it, and at one point, a single piece of paper just sort of dropped
Mm-hmm.
near the back. It was a folded note.
So probably open the note and have a look.
It explodes.
You can see just sort of haphazardly scrawled on the side of it, just some writing. It just reads, "I only wanted to create something beautiful. The world we bring forth will be terrible, yes, but I will blood and power." You open it, and inside this.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
It's just a sketch pages that looks like there's some sort of writing on the very top, bottom, and the sides. Two of them have been scratched out. But what languages do you read?
Celestial, Common, and Deep Speech.
You don't.
I have a feeling it might be something for Lachlan with his. We had last time. You recognised those symbols, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, probably fold it up and put it back in the book. And with Lachlan asleep at the moment, I'd probably save it for in the morning to show him, because I probably think both the book and the art supplies will be something Lachlan might have more interest in than Keck.
I appreciate you not hiding stuff from me.
And at the same time, I think Keck will turn to Twin and go, you might have more use for this than me as well. And hand him the smoke grenade pellet thing. If you ever
Okay, I get it from.
Yeah, I've just put it in as a smoke grenade. Is that about fair, Woody? Just a smoke grenade in the thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you ever find yourself in a bit of a bind, Twin, you might want to use this to help put some distance.
Thank you, Keck. I just go back to the jetty and just continue honing my swords.
I mean, also, is like before, is there anything like around here, mushrooms or plant life that Keck might...
Okay. If you want to go scavenging, roll a survival check.
Imagine all the time we've been here, would have spotted something by now.
Looking around, you don't see any sort of mushrooms. Everything is pretty much well covered in snow. The only thing you can see is maybe there's some sap you could collect from some trees. It's a little bit coming down on a few of them. Other than that,
not much.
Do I have anything stored in? Really, not really. Okay, probably won't say I've got anything because I haven't really got anything to store it in anyway.
Mhm.
What does the kit come
Put
with?
Put it in your
Oh, it comes
shell.
with vials. It comes with vials. The herbalism kit. So I just kept a couple of vials of
Yep.
tree sap.
Okay. You collect 2 vials of these.
And yeah, I think that's about all Kek's gonna do.
Okay, so your watch comes to an end.
Where's the next
Pretty
pair?
peaceful. As you're getting ready to pass over to Hezekiah and Romok, as a gentle snow starts to fall. So we move into the last watch. So Hezekiah and Romok, if you want to do your perception check.
One question I was actually having is Jasper kind of sleeping through the night?
He is. He is sleeping sound, it seems.
He needs his rest. Poor boy.
That's good. Yeah, 26 and 13 for us.
So 26 and 13. Okay. Much like it was earlier, it's peaceful. There's nothing else seemingly dangerous coming towards you. The snow starts to pick up a little bit more, although it still remains fairly light. And you can feel it is just ever so slightly colder now. The lake now pretty much completely frozen back over, although you're not sure how thick that place might be.
Right. I asked Romok if he was able to rest his mind after the disturbing nature of Jasper's condition.
My mind is riddled, Hezekiah, and I hope you don't mind, but this is one reason I chose to take watch with you this evening. I find your comfort.
Never. I would never mind.
A man
There's
of
so
faith
much
when
that is.
my own is
Go ahead.
lacking. It's hard, friend, to watch somebody who often charges headfirst into battle, much at his own peril, but seems to always come out on top. It's hard to see him so broken right now. Whatever he has endured, suffered, gone through. I can't quite wrap my head around.
Indeed, I know what you mean.
To tie him down, that hurt, Hezekiah.
Romok,
You and
the
I both know
greatest
it
sins.
was necessary, but he thrashed, he fought. And something else, he's been through so much. But he tried to stop me from even touching my amulet. Was there something in that? They say
I
cold
cannot.
riddles a person's body. And I just hope that he will be well. Look at him. Look at the state of him. And eyes just focus on his hair, his scars.
What has befallen him to see him broken, just as you said. His demeanor is one which is so confident, ornery even. He's exactly as you said, he always seems to come out on top, so confident. And to see this befall him, it is perverse, it is destructive, but there is one thing you must know, that when you bound him, how you feel about it is the sign of a righteous mind. The greatest sins we can ever commit are born out of love, not of hate, because only out of love can we be driven to transgress. in certain ways. In transgression, one does not necessarily pervert the world. One can restore the world, preserve the world, through an singular act of transgression. To have bound him was appropriate. It was right. It will be something that bothers you, but that is simply the inner working of a virtuous mind. His condition, without a doubt, and may I say that just as you were fretting about him, I have fretted about you. You, of all of us, are the one most consistently dedicated for righteous path, and to dedicate yourself to justice. And yet I have seen how you too have been stunned by how justice is fleeting, how failure to save those breaks one, and then, having done as much right as you can, even where you have fallen, to have that thrown in your face by one you look up to. We have seen this, Romak, in you just as we have seen it in Jasper, but we have seen you also recover. Not yet fully, but on the path towards full recovery. This growth, just as you have refortified yourself, not by withdrawing into yourself, but by putting yourself out there. So too, Jasper will rise, and Jasper will come to become himself again, and will become even more obstinate and ornery, and even more overconfident, and he will strike back at whatever has subsumed him.
That is, on the one hand, Hezekiah, that is great reassurance to know that he will spring back. But understand that is terrifying on the other hand, that he is so headstrong and so confident that it may lead to a doom of his own making. And I thank you for your words. They are kind and they are considered.
Alas, are we not all architects?
You on my attempt to recover, but I can't help but recall Writhe. He didn't just break my shield, he broke something deep inside. Now you say I am a righteous man, and I swear I hope it is true. He called my crimes unforgivable. Something there just irks. Does the church not teach forgiveness, grace, and mercy? I cried out to him and he simply walked away. And, moreover, the struggle that I have now. I reach out for Shantae, and she ignores me. So much so, I take my Astrafall here, and summon the power divine. And it... nothing. No divine. No power. No holy warrior. So what am I now? I am me. I have always been me, and perhaps that is the problem. I have suppressed so much
Ramak, here you have gone
No,
wrong.
Hezekiah, you don't understand. Perhaps this is me saying I should tap into something that is wholly me. I have followed others for so long in my life, walking the line between this and that, walking a course of conscription, walking a line of following. Perhaps this is my time to chart my own course. If the church will reject me, and I appreciate Writhe as one man, but there is something that is disconnected. So perhaps it is time for me to find my own connections.
I'm very happy to hear, Romak, that this is the conclusion you have drawn. For the powers of divinity, when they grace us, and the powers of of the church, is great in what it is. But here, there's a problem. To be forgiven. I remember when I first went to Zebulon, my problem was absolutely that I was too headstrong, that I got that I simply fetishized this or that attractive new venture, and I thought that it would be the perfect path, and I went at it with such disregard for greater thinking. And I thought, after all those decades under Zebulon, that I had learnt wisdom, I had learned steadiness of heart and mind. And then I had joined with you, and it pains me to say this, but at first, when we had committed our crime at the Augustine Mansion, I thought that within simply weeks of Zebulon's passing, I had returned to be an impetuous imbecile, just as I was, that for decades and decades I had learned nothing, and that without him I had returned to my old position. But there is something else there, and it is exactly the same discovery you have found. That problem that one finds in themselves, that others describe about one, which others call unforgivable. Is it the case that all things in the world should be organized as such that they are acceptable and forgivable and understandable to all other things? Or should there be actions and tendencies which go too far in many fields and exceed others' tolerances, and yet, combined, they turn the world around? They make the world keep going around, that they fulfill the order of the universe. Each one of us, our secretiveness, our rashness, our self doubt, our propensity to give unnecessarily long speeches, all of these exceed our tolerances, and they go too far. And yet, is that necessarily a part of the problem or a part of the solution? Perhaps discovering that where we are told that we have transgressed and that we have gone too far, instead of cutting ourselves off, we should lean fully into the one self that we have shown, rather than the idealized self that we have been told to strive for.
Your words, Hezekiah. I thank you.
I thank you, Romak. It has been on my mind for some time how to think of myself after Zebulon, and only with this conversation have I expressed it to another. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Well, it seems now is the time. Whatever my connection with Shantae is or is not, I must find who I am within that, or without that. I think recent occurrences trying to protect those that mean so much to me, drawing on the powers known to me, and finding them naught, like a dying fire. Where do I draw my power from? And I have been lost and broken for so long, Hezekiah, but there is more to me than that. I have put my trust and my faith in something that feels like it turns its back on me. Perhaps I have turned my back on it.
That perhaps you were meant to. The dying fire, is that a power which is being destroyed? Or is it a power which has moved beyond its one form to another form? Just as when we witnessed that poor orphish boy, and I mentioned that the fire of his soul had moved into this world and would mingle with us and all the other powers of this world, the divine, the unholy, and the forces of the earth, Fae and the wild. Whenever we are told that we have moved beyond one thing, and that one thing will no longer be with us, we are not alone. The whole world is with us. Whatever you find, it will be of this world, and it will be yours. It will be more truly you.
I think as Hezekiah is talking, and there is a connection in Romok speaking in terms of fire, and Romok will just stare into the campfire. The flames reflected in his eyes, not in anything more than just he will just watch and feel the metaphor of burning away the dross. He will remember the Orc Boy. He will remember the pyre and the memorial and the words spoken. He will remember his charge, not from the church so much as just who he is. The call to protect, the call to lead, the call to be more than what he is. And as his eyes reflect the fire, they start to droop and they start to drop. And he slowly, in the comfort of Hezekiah's words and in the comfort of his friend, he just drifts to sleep. Just taking all of the words of Hezekiah, the recent occurrences, all the recent events, his care for his friends, his care for Jasper, will just surround him as he just consumes, he just takes on everything that has happened recently. And there is something, whether good or not, remains to be seen. Something changes in Romok's psyche.
And Hezekiah, you notice him drift off, head drops and lolls, and you watch for a moment. A little white butterfly just flutters its way across, lands on his shoulder for a moment, and flutters off again.
Is this Did I see this butterfly once before in Sarubataru when Romok first did the Divine Sense?
You've seen butterflies before.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so.
You've,
Okay, so the white butterfly is not that symbolic, though.
Specific, right? You have seen a little butterfly in Sarabutara when you were near the tunnels where the vampires were. You also saw them. Everyone died as well.
Yes, that's when I first saw. Okay, wow. Okay, that's deep. I'll have to figure that out. Well, keeping up the watch by myself, I'll let Romok have his rest and just gonna keep watch until the right time to wake everyone up.
So the watch comes to an end. Daybreak has now fully arrived. The light is now starting to spill across the top of the mountains and start to fill up the valley you're in. Doesn't really get any warmer, but
Mm-hmm. And I guess, while I was up kind of alone, like if there's any snow piling up on the people sleeping, I would try to gently brush it off them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Actually,
there is a little
smaller
bit that's been building up. Yeah, there would have been a little bit building up. It hasn't been a lot, but yeah, absolutely, you brush it off and keep them clear of snow. But you'll start to wake up gradually by yourself. You can hear a little bit of bird song just around you in various different areas.
Woody, obviously with my little pilgrimage and things, would we have maps and be familiar with the general lay of the land?
You yourself, you would have knowledge of Saramog area. You would have a map of that area, but yeah, you know what? I would say you also would have required a map of that.
Yeah, I thought we got most of them, right? I know.
Say again, sorry?
Well, we've got all the shoddy maps that aren't complete. So would his maps be different to ours?
You won't know unless you compare.
Okay.
We did compare, I thought, when we kind of first met Keck, and we were, Hezekiah has my personality on being a map collector, and so the Tarvis Godsbane maps, right? We took a look at his map, and
Nope, he's disappeared.
some difficulties in maps.
We can't really hear you anymore, I'm afraid.
Your microphone's gone walkabout.
Oh, sorry. Were you guys not able to hear me? Sorry, I was just switching for my headphones. If you couldn't hear me, I'll say it again. When we first met Keck, right, we did compare his map to the Tarvis Godbane map that I'm carrying. At that point, did any kind of obvious differences come up between the two maps?
When you looked at it, nothing really jumped up as unusual. It actually looked quite well appointed for locations of region and major. The shapes seem to marry up as well.
So, kind of with obviously seeing that bit of paper and slept on it, being familiar with the sort of map I've got, would I have recognised anything in that little bit of paper that would be like a recognisable landmark?
I can bring it onto here if you want to look.
Well, I'm asking, would I recognise it? I can see it.
You can see if there's anything which looks familiar to you. It's down to you.
Because if you turn it upside down, you've got Greyhaven's Lake right there, haven't you? You've got Greyhaven on the left, effectively, and that's the coastline with the island.
Oh, this guy.
Which...
He's the newest one, and he spotted it.
which is that. I'll just put into... that was going to be my next thing, kind of going up to Lachlan and kind of grabbing my map, and also with the paper and going, Lachlan, look at this. I mean, does this match to you? Does this look
Was spotted.
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very astute observation that you found there, I must admit. I mean, what is this piece of paper, first of all? Where have you got it? Because...
Oh, that was my next thing. I'm going through some of Seraphine's effects in the night, and I was looking at a book, and you might have looked at some rather amazing bits of artwork in there, and it gets a bit dark in parts, but I've seen you scribbling away, so it might be of some interest. But then this fell out, and I couldn't shake it. That big circular piece there, it felt familiar, and then as the night's gone on, it just twigged it. It's Greyhaven. What do you suppose these marks mean, putting at the X and the circle?
Maybe locations where things were found. Well, look, there's two things scribbled off, right? 2 lines through 2 pieces of text, and there's 2 pieces of the thing that are crossed through as well, right? So
I don't know.
I'm assuming...
Were you keeping that secret into the side, and we haven't actually seen you doing that yet? You just got
What?
a massive backpack and thing tied to your back at the minute.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just saying on the piece of paper there's 2 things crossed off, you know.
Okay.
So I guess maybe the X is where they found them. Maybe the circle is where to take them.
Or perhaps maybe another of these items might be found at the circle?
Maybe, but then I don't know why they'd be here unless there's another piece here.
I mean, you're more familiar with these sort of writings from what I've seen so far. So maybe you could have the book and see if you can make any more sense of what Seraphine's been drawing in there, along with this piece of paper. I mean, based on the rune as well, would we kind of like recognise similarities between what was on her clothes, that rune, to what's on the paper?
Which rune are you talking about?
She had the rune on her collar, didn't she? It burnt Keck's fingers.
Yes, the emblem. Yeah.
Yeah, would it be similar writing?
You skim through the book and you can see it there. It's sketched in here and there.
Is it the same sort of
The
writing
same
that's on
word.
the actual bit of paper as well, though? Bits that are crossed out, is it similar sort of?
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't remember the last session if we actually discussed between Keck and Lachlan about the rune, or if Lachlan just came over and avoided
I think we
touching it.
talked about it.
Yeah, so again, like you seem familiar with these sort of with this text. Maybe it can help you to understand what's going on. I mean, also if we turn this bit of paper the right way up, we've got like a tower over here. It looks like that might just be one of, again, Seraphine's doodles, because there's all kinds of little diagrams and hinges and mechanisms on here. It's very much like in her book. She has different designs for her different creations and what she wanted to create.
Woody, looking at the pieces that are crossed off, obviously the one on the left is the one I've got.
The one on the left is the one you remember.
Oh, so which is the one I've got?
The rod, which goes into the thinner thing that goes into the wider.
The other one that's crossed off.
So I'm going to hazard a guess.
One with
This one.
Greyhaven is the X, where you memorise that one. The rod they've just got from here, and they hadn't had a chance to cross it off yet.
So then there's this one to find as well. But that means that they've got, well, obviously we know they got the starter piece, but they got another piece as well.
So the X's on this map, right? This is about Sarubataru, and this circle is on this island, which we have never been to.
I'd say it's further up. Well, I mean, I guess you could say Sarubataru, but
Seems like
maybe
about
not.
here, yeah. But okay, now what is this tiny kind of lake here? Which oh no, that's an that would be these islands. Oh,
No,
okay,
it's
those.
that
Yeah,
one,
okay, yeah. We don't know anything about that place.
I mean, if you look in Discord, I've put it with the overlay over the top of it. That makes it easier.
Yeah, I'm scanning between those two. Okay, so the place where the tower, the mecha leg, and all that are drawn, that's not obviously a location on the map, right? And now the tower, does that look anything like the Incantum Tower in Sarubataru, or the Tower of Lost Wisdom, or whatever that the Alistair was?
Okay.
Oh, which one does it look like?
So this doesn't look like either of those.
Oh, okay.
It does not look familiar. It's set up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then aside from that, we've got the Shinto Shrine's top-looking thing, the bottle opener top-looking thing, and the Swiss Army knife-looking thing, which we have
I don't
not
think it's
found.
I think it's just the. Oh, you on about the different tools? Sorry.
Yeah, this one. So we've seen this one, don't have it. We have this one. We have not come across these two, to my knowledge, and this, which looks like just another mechanical joint, like it might be a part of this thing. So this looks like kind of Faith's body plan a little bit, doesn't it? Like,
Or something
right?
else.
You recognize the look of these from other sort of things you've seen in the sketchbook, other sections of design of puppets and joints and hinges and mechanisms for bringing about weaponry, So these look more in line with those. As for whether it's safe, it doesn't you can't exactly pinpoint whether that would look like shapes or not. I'll tell you one thing when you do remember from shape, didn't have a sort of hinge similar to sort of knee on that illustration.
Sorry, was that did or did not?
Did not. So it did
Okay.
not. It didn't look like that.
Uh-huh.
Hers was much more complicated.
Hmm.
So yeah, kind of like just hand in the book and this note to Lachlan along with probably the art supplies, just so that you've got them as well. Which is a collection of pencils and ink. Unless you don't want them.
Oh, I'll happily take them. I always need ink.
Oh. Also, Lachlan,
Yeah.
just an aside, I also found this, and he's just going to pull out the small stone, which I imagine we all know them as sending stones. If they're...
So it's very similar to other ones which you've found previously.
Yeah.
I mean, should we be worried about this being in our possession? Or is
In
there
general.
anything you might be able to do with your craft to maybe...
Well, I'm working on creating a permanent rune for the cart so that we can't be spied on. But that's very expensive. If that's what you have in mind, but
It's more that the stone is obviously ascending stones, and they always come in pairs. We've got this one. Who has the other
you
one?
mean you want to send a message?
No, it's more. Should we be worried about having it with us? Can anyone?
I mean,
listen in, or-
potentially they can. I don't think they could listen in. You'd have to activate it. You might receive a message, which might be useful.
Yes, but there's also the locate object potential, right? Now,
Yeah, but
yes, we
locate
should be
objects
worried.
it's quite short range. You know, it's only like
Right.
a mile. So
I mean, in the most general sense, we should be worried that affiliates of these people will figure out what we've done. They will know what we have taken, and we need to be prepared for that. I don't think we should dispossess ourselves of any of this. We should keep all of it for now. And there is another topic that Lachlan and I were discussing earlier in the night. I wonder if you want to explain it, Lachlan.
yeah. So I did some scrying on Commander Green, and there seemed to be something going on at Sarabatari, which I know obviously a lot of you care about. It seems to be maybe animal related as a guest. Perhaps the forests are disturbed and are attacking the village, or someone is controlling the animals or something. This is just a guess, and I'll try and find out more today. But yeah, I don't know whether we want to try and. Obviously, the forest is very important to Hezekiah. I don't know whether we want to try and bargain to help in terms of for atonement or something, or even a temporary thing where we can get almost like house arrest while we help and put our services to good. But then we go under legislation and we can't, hunt down these people whenever. That's the problem.
Okay.
I'd love to
Well-
hear what Romok thinks as well, especially as he,
Romok will. I mean, sorry, just to clarify, is this still the middle of the night, or have we got to the morning?
You are now in the morning now.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So I think Romok will come across and looks relatively refreshed. It's still sort of eyes on Jasper, but looks refreshed and probably more peaceful relatively than he has for a while. You speak of trouble in Sarabataru. Of what nature do we know?
well, it's
Seems
a
that
guess for now.
there is some nature of difficulty there, which seems not necessarily immediate, but portends ill. Laughlin witnessed Commander Green receiving a report about Watchtower 6 on the periphery of the city itself having fallen. They were talking about a commotion in the city, and all that was reported was birds and rats. Clearly, they were expecting more. But in my time in the forest and nearby Sarabataru, this has never yet come to happen. But there are many things where the smaller creatures of the land and the sky can tell that something bigger is coming. At worst, this might be some mobilizing force, maybe just of man and beast, that wouldn't be that bad, but perhaps of demons, of devils, of aberrations, and other such creatures. That the birds and the rats are not coming, I have to imagine, in an organized nature to attack Sarabataru. They are simply fleeing something else, something numerous, something far more ominous that might befall
Well,
Sarabataru.
Here's the thing: is if they're fleeing, why would they attack? Why would they not just run in a different direction? Now, I get in panic and surrounded animals can fight and go crazy, but why would they not just go elsewhere?
Perhaps,
It's got to be some sort of controlled thing, or maybe there's a magical
Indeed.
thing that's drawing them in, right?
perhaps they are
Why
fleeing, but
Sarabataru?
the people are taking it as an offence and retaliating, and that is how these fights are happening.
Indeed, when there is a cold spell or a drought in the highlands, creatures such as wolves and even deer will descend to the lowlands. And many people, they're usually not offended to see deer, but the wolves, right? Wolves aren't always friendly, but to simply flee is, at worst, what it might mean when they're not fleeing elsewhere. First of all, they might be fleeing elsewhere, but Sarabataru is the only place we know that they're fleeing to. But what if many of the regions around Sarabataru are falling? And that is why much of the concentration of the flight is towards Sarabataru. We don't know enough. 100% we do not know enough. We need to
As
figure out...
Hezekiah says, if some of you can just... people who were in Sarabataru before, if you can just roll intelligence check, please.
Oh, why not wisdom? This is racism against wise people.
Because this is about memory.
I think
'Cause
I'll
I'm
be
smart.
right.
One. I have a -1. I have 0.
A couple of you then may recall, as Hezekiah mentions wolves, you've had a wolf with you. And there was some unusual activity with that wolf a couple of times.
Yes, right.
He noticed the thing that was with me a few times, right? And he got upset that one time when I was with him when you were in the brewery. Maybe this is something. Well, it's not to do with that, but a similar presence, a similar entity, perhaps. Well, if you look at where the X is, it's in the Boya Forest, right?
About, yes. The Boya Forest is a little bit away from the lake itself, but it's about Sarubutaru and Boya. It's just in that vicinity.
Maybe it's a very awfully crude X.
So here's what I think. We do not know. Oh, hold on, sorry. Those intelligence checks. Sorry, Woody. Oh, yes, that we had a wolf with us. I remember there was one time when Arlo had quite a strong reaction to a guard, but I mean, not a guard, a soldier, like a bandit or something like that. But I thought maybe that was like the soldier referred to Arlo as like that mutt, or like, am I remembering this at all correctly? Like, obviously, it was when Ard was still with us. I have 8 mentions of Arlo, but none of them are like about this. Hold on.
Reaction to the guard is not really where I think you would
Okay.
connect.
I have another one of Arlo behaving weird when Ard. Okay, this is from July 30th, 2023, and the context of it was Lachlan does a self-disguise. I forget where this is. I need to find the name of the place. But Lachlan does a self-disguise, but then does a poor impersonation of a guard. Then Ard takes on a demented personality and revels in the killing and shares a moment with Arlo after the fighting ends. That's the only one I have written down of Arlo kind of behaving at all weird. Does anyone remember the event I'm describing? What's going on here overall?
When was this? I can double check in my notes. When
July 30th, 2023, so 2 years ago. Okay, just above this, Arlo takes off at... okay, here's the problem. I have spelt Arlo with 2 A's sometimes and 1 A other times. Okay, let me look for 1 A Arlo. So what was happening just there was...
Session
we go to the Ram's Hand, owned by Bodkin Blood. We approach Bastok. We see Xanit, who ups the treasure to 150. We end up... Xanit is Zone of Truth. So this would have to be when Xanit got Zone of Truth. So this is just after we went to Saddle. So this was... How do I not have the location written down for any of this? This is... Is this about when we did the... Okay, whatever. Does anyone else have anything about the Arlo business?
All I remember is him getting freaked out by probably the demon spirit type thing, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've got it. Ard notices Arlo bolts off. So, session 38, we return to Saddle. We taught... That's right. Roma was inquiring about Gorza's axe.
Yeah, but Saddle's over here.
And there was... Yeah, Bodkin woke next morning, the axe was gone. There was mention of a Sarif.
Yes. This is...
Sarif. Seraphine. Anyway, that's for another time. Party for... Right.
Right, this is the time when we voted to take on Xanit's quest, which produced the 30-session-long argument between Lachlan and I as to whose fault this was. We approach Bastok. There's a tall figure who's watching us from the walls. We go see Xanit, who increases the treasure. We do the Zone of Truth on Xanit, and we end up taking the thing and arguing about it forever. And then Arlo takes off at a frightened sprint. This is in Bastok,
all I have here is Ard notices Arlo bolts off. He asks Hezekiah to cast Speak with Animals on Arlo. Arlo says he heard a sound and it broke his head. But all I've then got is that Ard, Arlo, and Hezekiah return and the group make their way to the manor. So something about there was a sound and it broke his head.
Right. Okay, so... I'm not sure we have figured out what's going on wolf-wise with that information. Good to remember it, I guess, but okay, so here, this is Hezekiah speaking again. We don't know enough about this situation, but it is at least potentially worth investigating. If we were to investigate it, we would at the very least be returning to Herdogus, going back south the mountain, and returning. But without a doubt, the first thing we must do now is return to Herdogus. So that is where we must go now, and we need to, on the way, assess Jasper's situation to figure out if it's getting better and what we have to do if it's not.
Yeah, that was
and
the next thing
talk
Lee
to
posed.
someone like Lyriel Crustfell, for example, to assess the other situation farther away to understand what we need to do about that.
I'm a bit concerned about the car and the goat and the chocobo.
Yes,
They
definitely.
may have died in the night, and I really hope not.
Yes, we left that before the ledge and all that, right? Like, yeah. So, like, yeah. Did it take us 2 days, Woody, to get from Herdogas crossing that bridge, with the giant owl attack, to get to here, or was that just one day?
I think it's
Did it?
just a day.
Didn't we get the other
Okay.
dwarfs to take the cart and everything back while we went on with Aldrin?
Yes.
So the
Right,
cart and
so,
everything
I mean,
showed up.
They took them back. I thought we tied them up, didn't we? Or
Oh, we did send them back with a card. That's right.
my
And
memory's leaked.
so what this means is, look, we have to find Aldrin's friend for the obvious reasons. So at this point, I think we just need to get to Herdogas. Maybe when we're there, we need to figure out the Lyriel Crustfell conversation. But for now, I think we need to move.
Yeah, and we can also do the questioning there inside somewhere. That does mean
Yes.
we do have to
Agreed.
carry a body with us, though. But
Yes. Yes. Well, we'll be figuring a lot of things out. So
I have to
I
ask
guess,
as well, with everything that is happening in Sarabataru, I appreciate, I understand we have our mission, we are traversing through the Whisper Caps, but is there not something that you feel pulled to Sarabataru? Is it? I know
yeah,
we've burned
I think-
bridges, I appreciate, I know that, but that region is still, for many of us, considered home.
I think
Hear
you
it under
missed
attack.
the bit where I said that perhaps we could go under some form of house arrest, perhaps curry favor.
let's not talk about getting house arrested too soon. What we 100% have to.
hang on.
We 100% do care about Sarabataru. What we have to try to do is get a hold of it might be that we are simply being conspiratorial and talking up the situation there too much, or maybe there is a real conspiracy
House
here.
arrest
My
or
only
not?
thought here
my-
is what is our priority? Do we continue
Well-
our quest north, or do we stop? We are so close. It
Well,
feels.
what further reason do we have to go north other than to find something?
See, this is the whole
but anyway,
conspiracy. What
the-
if it is?
Didn't you all mention you had passes for those airships? Surely they must come up this way and go back down that way.
Oh, they haven't. I don't know. They're not mainstream yet. They're very new. But I think you misunderstand me, Hezekiah, by saying going under house arrest. That was merely to show that I care enough to perhaps, forego the freedoms to protect.
Yes, negotiations. I understand. Now, here is the full conspiracy, though. What if the Council of the Dark Passenger, whether they know of our recent activity right here or not, what if they are somehow associated with Sarabataru? That is my greatest fear, that if we, while striking at them, they have struck at our home. That would be the greatest reason to return as quickly as possible. What we need to do is start making our distance and learn more about the situation there to understand what we need to do. But the distance is as important as the understanding. We need to get to Herdogas first and foremost.
Woody, quick question.
Yep.
With the riddle type thing and the reason they were here, I don't know if you have that handy.
Which riddle? The one leading to the dungeon.
Yes.
Half a century ago, where
okay.
a fracture reordered this world. Something like that.
Yes, that one. I do have it written down somewhere, but
It's in the chat somewhere, but
yeah.
it's finding it.
That's not. Jesus Christ, my notes have just. They're just words at the moment.
What is the question anyway?
Well, I know. Well, I can't remember, but my character can because it hasn't been like 15 weeks. So obviously, my concern is that we came here to find the I don't know what was frozen under the lake or whatever in regards to finding like the gatekeeper stuff. I thought that there was something mentioned that there may be the entrance here. I may be wrong about that, but yeah, I don't want to just leave and not think about that because
Lachlan, are you talking about in the heart of the Whiskerhaps, where the frost
Lock-
is blah blah?
Lockman's not saying anything. This is me.
Yes, yes, but are you talking about that phrase which is beyond the frozen cascade where time stands still, an entrance concealed by icy veils awaits discovery. A lone pine, stoic against the chill, guards the threshold. When the moonlight caresses its branches, it shall reveal the path to those who dare. Like that's the thing you're
Yes,
talking about?
that is what I'm after. Yes.
What you recall?
Because I remember having a conversation with it to Jasper, which is great because he's not here right now.
I mean,
I'm just going through.
Oh, so he's not in the right frame of mind anyway.
is he still not too good for Jasper, or is he still?
Well, since he's not here, we're going to say he's just sleeping a little bit longer. So he looks mostly fine. His shaking has subsided somewhat, but he's still out.
But the thing with his hair and looking half white, half
That remains. Yeah.
Probably say for Keck then. I mean, other than the hair, is there any? Because he knows about the hypothermia.
Mhm.
Is there anything more about his condition that might worry Keck?
Give me a medicine check.
I think we all know about hypothermia, but Keck was just straight up hanging from a tree in the snow for a couple of days, so he knows about hypothermia.
Yeah. It's just more like, because obviously the hair thing is one giveaway of something wrong, but is there any other reason to be concerned?
Nothing at the moment, no. With him being currently still unconscious, there's nothing else to sort of pin up and recognise as being unusual or worrying. He looks the same pretty much as when he went back to sleep. So yeah, there's nothing new to worry you.
Okay.
For you lot, this doesn't quite marry up with what you heard about the gatekeeper.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, what I'm trying to ask is kind of like, I don't know, sort of like out of character. This is something that I should still want to pursue, basically. Because obviously, Locke knows, but I'm brain fine right now.
Sorry. When we came to the lake, were they walking in the same direction we were walking, or were they more walking back towards us?
They were walking towards.
Maybe the lake was the entranceway thing, and
Maybe
the item is what they got from where I'm looking for.
Yeah. That's kind of my
Could I-
thinking, because obviously I haven't crossed it off on the bit of paper yet, so...
Could I discern that?
They from the clue you had, so parts of this you have followed of the riddle. It feels like there was possibly a little bit more to go. Maybe not that much, but yeah, it's not directly here. You would surmise from the riddle.
Have we, by any chance, seen a lone pine?
No, not at the moment.
I'm considering whether I should take to the skies and scan around us for a minute.
I mean, if you would, then that would be really appreciated because, as well, Jesper knows this. This is very important to me, and
Yes.
if we could
Yes,
find-
I will definitely do that. Sorry, I'm not at my computer right now, but I think I'll be going Giant Eagle, and if anyone just wants to just look at that thing's perception thing, and remember it has keen sight, so it's at a disadvantage, and roll a perception with advantage from the Giant Eagle stat.
should we just
Anyone?
roll a d20
Right.
and then
Has advantage over wisdom checks that rely on sight.
what's conception
Got
wisdom,
plus
right?
2 on it.
What, so it's just a d20.
And it has something like a +4 to perception, I think. Something like that. The Giant
it does.
Eagle.
It's got +4 perception.
Oh yes, skills perception
What?
plus.
I got that 24 for you, so
Nice.
congrats.
To be an eagle.
I mean, was Lachlan talking out loud when he's saying it's very important to him, or was that just more above table?
That was out of character, me trying to figure out not to waste everyone's time, trying to remember stuff and also forget stuff if we went back to the cart, because then I'd want to come back here, sort of thing.
Right.
So Hezekiah
So that'd be
turned into an eagle was off his own back.
Yeah, and
Well, we
scanning
could just say
the-
we had an in character conversation to just say that we can have a look for it, sort of thing.
Just wondering what your wording was. If it's like it's important to me, it's like, why is it important to you, Lachlan?
I mean, you're more than welcome to ask, but you probably won't give much of an answer.
So no.
I mean, you can do it. I'll just counter spell, but it's fine.
So did you say you got nat 20, so like 24 with the
Yeah.
Nice.
So you take off Hezekiah, and you start to surf. You start to extend your range out a little bit more. Just scanning around and looking, following in the direction which they came from.
Right. I'm very much looking for a lone pine more than anything else.
You start moving up the far end of the lake. There's another waterfall here. Looks partial. And there is a spot where single lone pine in a small sort of clearing area. And with such a good roll on that perception as well, you will also see just ahead in the ground, so not quite towards because there's a cliff face here, because obviously there's a wall here. Before it reaches the cliff face, there is a sunken in area which looks devastated. Essentially, it's been destroyed and not collapsed. So it looks like there was possibly a passageway there that has now been blocked in with broken rubble and rocks.
Okay. So I've seen this. I don't spot any humanoid kind of individuals in the area I've been covering, do I?
No, you do not.
Okay. And I take a notice of the nature of the terrain there on my way back. And so would it basically involve crossing the recently, at least partially frozen over lake and then descending down a waterfall or a cliff face, which is
It is on essentially the base of the waterfall. It's on the same level as where the lake is.
okay.
So you wouldn't have to scale the side of the cliff. But it's about sort of 2, 3, 4 miles away from where you are at the moment. This is a long lake.
Right.
it's a-
Okay.
And it is on the other side. Obviously, they were coming from that direction. So
Yes. So the main terrain hazard would be crossing the not necessarily fully frozen over lake. Okay. And then, of course, figuring out what to do about the rubble and the fact that moonlight is necessary. Okay. With this, I will return to the group. Okay. So I will relay the nature of the terrain, that there is a single pine, and that there is collapsed, destroyed rubble in... Okay, so now, of course, I'm saying this out loud. Would the moonlight reveal the path through the rubble, or has the destruction there been intentionally done such that one cannot
That's what I was
move
thinking.
through where the path would be revealed?
From what you could see, it looked, compared to everything else around, it looked recent.
Yeah, they've probably destroyed the entrance to get in, or, like you say, covered the entrance so no one else ever goes in.
Okay. So now I'm back. I'm back in elf form. What do? How do we...
Well, I mean, look, the way I see it, right, this was... The riddle was from the book, and it was to get to... It was to get this piece, right? Now, like, we can go on a crazy wild goose hunt, goose hunt, chasing them down, but we'll always be second to them as they kind of clearly have more information. But if we can find out where the actual place we need to go is, where this key opens, then perhaps we can go there first and beat them to it, stop them.
But how would we find the path there, except for the moonlight pine?
No.
Strategy.
That's for here. Maybe it's.
Oh, where's the key for?
This is what I'm
Let's
saying.
Let's not forget
If
we
we
still have Seraphine's body here. We could still question her if we need.
Yeah, exactly. So if we try and find out the end goal, then we can work backwards and maybe stop them getting there, rather than just chasing down these pieces. Or I could destroy this piece that I have right here and end the whole thing. But I don't think that's wise right now.
Have you tried destroying any of these pieces?
No.
Because, like with your own fort, then what's to have stopped anyone else destroying them previously? They've surely been hidden for a reason rather than destroyed. If they could have been destroyed.
Well, yeah, they probably are extremely hard to destroy. And no, I haven't tried due to reasons which I'll discuss with you later, as we must head back to the carts as the weather is changing.
Alright, if that is settled, then now let us make our way.
I appreciate you doing that and checking for me, and gives me a bit of
it would be folly not to have checked. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Just quickly as well, Woody, is anything happening with Shave's head? Obviously, going over and having where we go, just checking that it's still cracked on the floor.
Give a perception check. looking it over, it still looks just as damaged as it was when the last blow was inflicted on it. The eyes are
Was
still
she?
dark.
Sorry. Seraphine cast a spell on it, right? To like start the mending process, if I'm not mistaken, before she died.
She called it back to her. Don't know.
Yeah,
If did,
that's
but
what I'm thinking, right?
that's just Shafe's.
Okay, was that actually Shafe's head, or was it a thing that looked like Shafe's head? Like the thing we found in the bag that attacked me.
It was Shafe's head.
Looked
She
like,
called her.
Oh,
looked like, yes.
okay.
I don't know how I feel about just leaving this here.
What? Leaving what here?
It's kind of like pointing at Shafe's head on the floor. It's already
Oh.
started to fix itself before.
No, wait.
Do we want to?
We should 100%
Trust me,
take it
this
with
thing
us.
Too dangerous.
Well,
Too dangerous
here's
to leave, but it's also dangerous to take with us. What?
Yes.
If we leave it here, though, what's to stop another one of their company coming here and repairing
No,
Chafe?
definitely, we should take it
don't
with us. And
indicate Shafe has
Yeah.
been defeated, which
yes,
may not be information we wish anyone to find at this stage.
without a doubt, we should take all consequences of our actions in the most direct sense with us.
Leave no trail.
So who's collecting the head? Do you want me to carry it, or
Do we want to just put this back in the bag and carry it with Seraphine's body, with the bag on the body?
Well, maybe keep them separate because that's
Yeah.
where I wanted to go.
Okay. But like in my normal elf form, I'm not, the strong person around here. I'm at 8th strength once again, so if someone else wouldn't mind taking the body.
I'll take Shafe's head because I'm concerned about it. So I'll just keep an eye on it. So, with my
Depending Jasper's current state, is he able to walk himself, or is he still pretty out of it at this point? My reasoning being, if he requires it, I will probably be carrying him. If not, I'll carry Shafe's body.
Mm-hmm. I could carry Jasper, I feel, more than, Seraphine, because just weight.
For now, we're going to say he's still asleep because he's not here. But
If
He'll
Hezekiah
wait.
carries Jasper, I will carry Romot will carry Shafe's body.
okay.
Cax is going to go like
That's good.
The moment he stirs, just let me know so we can just assess him further when he wakes.
Mm-hmm.
So you all collect up your things, organise yourselves, who's going to be taking who, and you make your way back down the trail towards Herdo. And that's where we're for the night.
I like how we spent like the past 6 sessions in this one place.
Yep. So it goes.
I would say you have now left it. You can finish.
Oh, no, at least the map's making its worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sick of this map now. Get rid of it.
I'll kill off the stream then.